slasher. All right.
What is up, everybody? We are going to be diving into a lot of stuff today. I have a lot to go over. We have Gary Con around the corner. A bunch of new news has come out just this week alone in tabletop RPGs. We're going to be diving into a whole bunch of stuff like, of course, Sigil, or Sigil, whatever you want to call it, which is after years of development, D&D's Unreal-powered fucking virtual tabletop. We'll be talking about that. We're going to be going into Liminal, a new horror investigator game that I'm kind of pumped for, to be honest. I haven't looked at it deeply. I'm going to talk a little bit about Demiplane being acquired by Roll20 earlier this year and where they're at right now. Of course, we have to touch on SHADOWDARK's Kickstarter already breaking $1.2 million with 28 days left to go in the beginning of the Western Reaches campaign. We're also going to be diving in, looking at some of the stuff that is there as a preview. And then we're going to talk about zines and printing zines and going through it. And I kind of want to touch on this new one, which is, I think enough time has went by I can say this. Why the fuck, why you should fuck with horny tabletop RPG games. I don't make this shit up, man. There's a new thing that just came up in the sales of erotic TTRPGs, which is just wild to me that is a thing. Remember when the book of erotic fantasy came out and someone was reading it aloud at the game store and got told to shut the fuck up. So, all that and more today on Erik Frankhouse Presents EFP March 12th. See you guys here in just a couple minutes. All right, buddy, I got my iced coffee here. I got some water. I think we're ready to rock and roll here. You guys ready? I'm ready. Let's kick this off. What's up, everybody? How we doing? I'm standing for a little bit. Oh, that's not a cute little kitty cat picture. So I just got back, got my hair cut, doing a lot of prep, doing a lot of running around, trying to figure out what I'm gonna be doing to print the Breachers zine. But during that, I was looking through a bunch of the news for the day. There's so much shit going on in tabletop RPG right now. Not all bad. Some of it is. Some of it's just a regular day, like nothing crazy. But there is some things we need to go over because there's some really cool stuff in there. So today is March 12th, everybody. Let's dive into this and let's start with the news. I think that's the section we should start with. There's a fucking metric shit ton going on for the news today. So I'm going to record this because I'm going to put this out separately on Thursday so people can get a little bit of a news brief as well. So we're going to start the recording here. And then I'll give it a 3, 2, 1 so I can put something in the front of this. Let's reset the music. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, welcome to EFP Live. This is the news part from our live show. If you've watched the live show, you're doing this with me right now. But for everybody else, this is just kind of an update of all the things going on right now in TTRPGs. I go through a lot of news stuff here on EFP, and especially in my own time as someone who works in it, I love it. So let's look at probably the biggest one that is going on right now. Like, I can't think of something that's actually larger than this currently. We got to talk about Sigil, or Sigil, or depending on how you pronounce it, if you're a Planescapes fan, we need to talk about what's going on with their VTT. The VTT had released silently and quietly, and there wasn't like a big press piece around it. Normally you would get a gigantic press piece, but they didn't do that this time. And it seems odd. So let's take a look at what I think Polygon is reporting on it. I'll give you some of my own opinions on when I was in beta for it. So Polygon covered this. After years in development, D&D's Unreal Power Virtual Tabletop still feels off. First and foremost for everybody, the idea that they thought Unreal 5 was going to be the end-all be-all solution for tabletop RPGs was a mistake. First, if anyone's played in a VTT, you all know not everyone's computers can handle Unreal 5, let alone Unreal 5 with Acrobat running, with video call running. I just don't think it's conducive to a good idea. So they dive into this a little bit more than obviously that. We'll take a look at it here, but I'm not going to go through the whole article, like to a super far extent. So how do you guys pronounce it? Sigil? Sigil? I've always pronounced it Sigil. I think Sigil's a better name for Planescapes. I know the true pronunciation is Sigil, but I refuse to answer that on my own. Ooh, look, I got a little gap here. I refuse to call it that. So they're right now, Dungeon Master tier subscription to D&D Beyond is what you need to be able to do this properly, like full all in. So that means if you want to fuck around with this, you already have to have that D&D Beyond at a high level, which means they're trying to keep you in their garden, right? It looks like a video game. I'm not a fan of this. This looks like I'm playing Baldur's Gate. And you know, maybe if I wanted to do like a solo game, there's a bunch of videos out right now of creators making stuff using the platform, but it looks like you're playing a video game. For myself, I would rather use things like Alchemy or Owlbear Rodeo if I want really lightweight and works on apps like on your phone really well, or maybe Roll20 or Foundry, but there's nothing that this provides for me that I need. I think if there's a group of people who want their tabletop RPG experiences virtual to feel like a video game, they'll probably pick this up. If you already have a Game Master and you already have a subscription to this, I can see you using it because you already own a lot of the content that's in here. But man, Unreal 5, I don't think it seems like a smart idea. Let me blow this up a little bit here so we can go over it. Last 17 years, dozens of VTTs have sprung up, including some that were, and still are, officially licensed supported, rules beyond the campaigns published for D&D. That's true. Roll20 has it. I think Foundry does, and I know Alchemy does. So now they're doing their own. Fantasy Grounds, Albert Rodeo, Foundry, Roll20, right? All that stuff's on here. But this is a 3D modeled one. They put this out. They didn't really talk about it. I don't think it's that great. I don't think it ran well. I will say, for clarity, I do think that the miniature maker part's really cool. It reminds me of Hero Forge, where you get to make your character, and it's really close to what we saw in Baldur's Gate 3 for making your characters. But I don't need that. I don't think it is. Fancy, yes, exactly, Kyle. Fancy but unnecessary. I think it is fancy but unnecessary. I don't know what they're trying to do with this, and it takes a long time to build stuff in it. Now, I will say there's some pretty cool stuff. So check this out. There's a couple cool things. An adventure running the game and playing. You got this cool adventure sidebar that comes up, which I think is kind of nice looking. It's a good user experience, UI UX. I like this. But that's no different than Roll20 is one that pops up and you can pop out. I don't even think you can pop this out of the program. I think it has to stay in. So they've proven it's fascinating, capable option for VTT DMing novice as far as DMs building either flat or multi-story terrain with simple and most easy to use interface, scroll through pre-built pieces and you can kind of drag and drop. It's just not rich. I don't think it's made for on-the-fly GMing. And I think that when these get built and you have things like these tile sets that you see down here along the bottom, you're building on the fly a lot of times. You just want to be able to draw. Like, that's one of the things I want added to Alchemy so much. Because in Roll20, we used it all the time. The ability to draw your TTRPG stuff, right? Like, you knew that you could draw that tree if you needed it, if you didn't have an asset for it. This is just too much. You're not playing a game anymore. You're playing a multiplayer game together. It's rough. I don't like it. I don't think it was a smart idea. You can check it out. It's free to try out, even if you don't have a D&D Beyond subscription for GM level, but try it out. See if your computer can even run it. That's what I would say to do. So that's the sigil or sigil part of it. Let's get something I'm a little more excited about. Right now, there is a new one that came out from, I think it's Goblin Archives, called Liminal Horror. It's a rules-light, adaptable survival horror RPG game about normal characters and their struggles against the things that go bump in the night. This looks really cool. So if you're interested in it, you can find this here. It's on itch, which I love supporting itch because the artist gets more of the money than somebody else does. But this is Liminal Horror. This is so up my alley. These art pieces are really clean. Like, look at this. Principles, facilitators, principles for players. I might actually pick this up and do a dive through it. Ooh, the Mork Borg. The Mork Borgian. I think this is actually a piece of medieval art the Mork Borg drew over, which I love. I love reused art. I think it's great. But you can find this stuff here. It's from Penguin Press. Is that right? Available at Space Penguin Inc. PDF version available at itch.io and DriveThruRPG. Let's just see what these cost out of curiosity. No, I'm on it. That was weird that it brings back the same thing. Liminal Horror. Where are we at here? Download Liminal Horror Investigator. Character sheet. Adapting the mystery. Maybe we'll go over this later in the show. Maybe we'll take a look at this. I think this looks really cool. It's got really good reviews. I saw this on my news feed coming through. Something you're interested in, I'll make sure all the links to stuff I'm looking at are the recorded video down below, and then I'll see if I can't put them in the live feed as well. But I love a good horror game. Grab your flashlights and blood-splattered jackets as you try to make it through the night. Beware, snapping bone and rending flesh are often the simplest outcome. I don't know about you guys, but I'm that's kind of up my alley. Next up, Demiplane. Demiplane, I think, was built, what does this say? 6 years ago. They got acquired by Roll20. They've been slowly putting together. And I always wanted to have Demiplane on to talk to them because I didn't quite understand what Demiplane was trying to do. I didn't know Demiplane was supposed to be a character mancer to hold stuff, or if it was supposed to be a VTT. I wasn't sure. The digital rule books were on there. A lot of the Pathfinder 2e books were on there. I just didn't see what the purpose of grabbing something there was, because it wasn't a price point. It wasn't having a virtual tabletop. But Roll20 picked them up. And that happened, I think, 2 years ago now. Does this article say? Let me see if this article says something about when Roll20 grabbed them. Acquisition by Roll20 in 2024 of June. So it was announced at the virtual tabletop, and the VTT company, Roll20, acquired Demiplane. Roll20 CEO talked about it. We want to make it as easy as possible for you to build your first character. And I will say Demiplane had a really good character builder, and Roll20's tried to do character mancers for a long time. That acquisition's happened. It's slowly been going on. They said it wouldn't have an immediate impact, but I think recently they started rolling things over. So if someone in the show, like that watches this live or watches the recorded one later, comment down below. Are you using Demiplane? Like, what is your reason for it? Is it a really good phone app? What's the purpose for it? I just saw it again come by, and I haven't heard much about it since I looked at 616 for Marvel. Why are people looking to pick this up as a use? What's the reason behind it? I guess is the best thing to ask. But it sounds like the expansion is finally coming through. It says Demiplane, a platform offering various tabletop RPG tools such as game hosting and matchmaking, has extended a digital tool set to partnerships outside like Paizo Free League Publishing. They were acquired by Roll20. There's more coming out here in the near future. I just wanted to touch base with people who are interested in doing more with Demiplane. I don't really have much else information on it other than that. We have one other really messed up one. I shouldn't say messed up. Shocking. A shocking one in the TTRPG news. One I really want to cover as well. And then, is there any other really good one that I want to cover? Goodman Games. Goodman Games, let's check this out. Goodman Games has been around for a long time. They make a lot of really good pieces. EN World did a little coverage on it. Dungeon Crawl Classics, X-Crawl Classics, which I'm hoping to play at GaryCon. I picked up a copy of that. I have dice for it, and I still haven't got to play, but I did make my own version of it. So maybe I'll bring that along as something to play since it's all ready to go. I made it at, I think it was Gamehole Con this year. I put it all together, and we never got to do it. So they are putting some new stuff out here right now. They're redoing some of the covers for the classics. Look at this. That is some classic art. But it looks like they are doing some reprints right now for the things that they have going on for Dungeon Denizens D&D 5e, and so on. If you're interested in picking up some stuff from Goodman, check this out. Dungeon Crawl Classics, they always print new version of DCC. I still don't own a copy of DCC. I have so many friends that tell me I need to play it because I would love the magic system. So maybe if we get a chance at GaryCon, I'll sit down and see if somebody will run me through some DCC. Lankmar, one of my favorite set pieces. This is dope. Dungeon Crawl Classics Tome Adventures. I love this cover. And some other extra things that they have coming out here soon. So if you're a Goodman Games fan, they have a lot going on right now. Now, before anything we get too far, we have to talk about this. Before we talk about ShadowDark, this was something on them that came up in my news aggregate. Why you should fuck with horny tabletop RPG games. I have not given this a read yet. I will put in the show notes for other people. Very interesting to see, because I always think about the book of erotic fantasy that came out for, was it 3.0 or 3.5? And a friend of ours, significant other, was trying to read it aloud at the bookstore. But what are these games being used for? They step out of your comfort zone. Like, are these being used at pineapple parties? Like, where exactly do we see these being used? Is it between couples? Well, what is this being used for? If anyone is playing any of these horny games, as they say, comment down below. Be an adult, goddammit. Don't make me come after you. But what are they being used for? Is it amongst friends? Is it just for fun reading? What is the point behind it? Like, people read smut and watch Pornhub their entire life. Or, I'm sorry, the orange and black box, since you're not supposed to say that. But what is the point of this genre of gaming? This is something that's a little outside of what I do. So I'm just curious what people are using it for. Honey and hot wax. I mean, there's a lot here. I'll put this link as well for anyone who's interested in looking into it. I'll read this article offline. I'm not going to do it here, but I do know Kate Osborne is involved. I'm a big fan of her. She's a sweetheart that was on my Dirt show with Cobalt Press. She does a bunch of stuff with kink culture and neurodivergence. Great author. But she's involved in this as an educator. Maybe I'll see if I can't talk to her and bring her on, like what it's being used for. That would be a fun interview. Maybe I'll see if I can get, maybe I can get Kate on. We'll see. But that takes us to what I actually want to talk about, everybody. This is the big one. This is the big one for the day. ShadowDark came out over 2 years ago. As many of you know, I've been doing a lot of design work as a third-party publisher to get Breachers out to people. 2 weeks ago, I think it was, and murmurings before that we knew there was new Cursed Scrolls coming out. We were all waiting for an official setting for ShadowDark to release. And Arcane Library made the announcement on March 11th that they would be putting out a new Kickstarter. We looked over it briefly on the Saturday show, but some more stuff has come out on that Kickstarter that I want to kind of look over today and kind of show you what you're getting into and why this is a good purchase. So let's take a look at the Kickstarter, everybody, for the final part of our news show here, and then we'll go back to our regular live. Look at this. Look at this. She doesn't even have a video. No video. Breaking all the rules. She did not make a video. I don't think I've seen not having a video on the title page before. Now, there's one further down here that we can watch for it and what it is, but she didn't put one up here. She just put the art and the assets. That's it. Same kind of single color tones all the way across, but 1.2 mil. She did a mil in a day, less than 24 hours. 6,371 backers. That's a really strong audience of people playing this game. Obviously, that's not everybody, with 28 days left to go. So let's take a look through what is here, what we're getting for the end of the news. I think this is probably the biggest piece of news that right now exists in the TTRPG kind of ecosystem. Sure, D&D, they probably fucked up again today, but I mean, don't we just expect that when we wake up in the morning, that's going to happen? I kind of do. But this is awesome. This is actually really cool. So there's a lot in here. This is about the Western Reaches. Let's see if I can get a good blown up. There we go. Give her the story on the side. Let's look at this first. I'm going to pause and we'll look at the video for this. We'll do it over here. This is the video right now for the Kickstarter. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Let me start this back over. We'll trim that out. Or I'll leave it. I'll just leave it. Welcome to the news show. Very clean, very simple black and white version. Oh, this is just some straight up regular footage that she's putting everything over top of. The video is just really quiet. It's not me, it's the video itself. It's just that little bit of music here. It's the first official ShadowDark campaign. It was just the music that plays over it. There was not a lot to the music on that. That's why you couldn't hear it. I mean, here, I'll rewind so you can hear a little bit of the music. That's it. Yeah, it's just really quiet. Super simple. This video alone, how many views does this have? 30,000 views already. We'll give it obviously our thumb up approval, but that's all they put out for this. This is all Arcane Library put out. That's it. And then they got a breakdown. Really clean, really simple. So the Western Reaches are an unexplored land of fragile civilizations, majestic landscapes, forgotten horrors that lurk in the dark. And here's the stuff that you're going to get with it. Let's get our music going again here. Yeah. Yeah, it's really quiet. There's no speaking, no nothing. There's letting them the product that they've made, I think in the past, speak for themselves. But it is odd with very just a little bit of music. Real clean. So they had the Painted Witch, the Armored Knight, the Silent Monk, the Scarred Pit Fighter, the Quick-Witted Explorer, and the Seafaring Warrior. I'm really curious to see if some of these are reprints of old ones, if they're all new. So we already got kind of a pit fighter in the past. And I'm curious if we're getting the same thing again, right? You know what I mean? Like another pit fighter. Super clean art. You'll notice if we scroll back up, the books here are that full cover bumping against each other, right? Get a full sandbox. What can you do in the Western Reaches? Plunge into the Gloaming Forest. The Gloaming Forest was in, I believe, Cursed Scrolls 1. The desert was in 2. And then the third one was the Viking setting. So I think we've seen all these little pieces of adventures come out through these other zines. I think they're getting put together into one piece, which is great because honestly, it's kind of how I want to do Breachers, is just put out little set pieces and pieces that you can use and then make a full version of everything for people later on. Wait till you see the collector's edition for this though. So right now we're getting 4, 5, and 6 for the zines. 64 pages each, heavyweight outer cover with reference charts for inside. They're basically going to be the same thing as what we get here. I believe this is like 100 or 120 laminate front cover printed on the inside with pretty substantial paper, but not too thick on the inside. Just enough to where you feel like you're not printing it at home. Staple binding, easy to lay flat. Drop in, drop out mini setting. That's what those zines are for. These are the covers. Those are going to match the original versions of the SHADOWDARK books. For those who don't know, during our little news section here, people who may not be familiar, I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be coming and looking at SHADOWDARK because of this Kickstarter. We're going to get another wave of people. And I'm going to do my best to support that wave of people. But the original version is that black and silver, right? And the collector's edition they did before was this one with the one banner, this in the back, really heavy pages. This doesn't lay flat that well. So she has decided that they're going to be doing another collector's edition because that one was only for the first Kickstarter. After that print run was gone, we wouldn't see it again. Approximately, these are going to be about 200 pages a piece. So super clean, right? They are black ribbon bound, Smith sewn, lay flat binding. Here's an example of the pages inside that we're getting. I love these kind of flipping page gifts that are set up. There's something about just being able to see what it would look like as you flip through it. I think it's very smart. 18 classes, 8 ancestries, all gear lists, including boats, mounts, and poisons, all in one spot. All the spells for each class listed alphabetically by tier. So now you're getting a compilation of everything. Lore, religious tenets, holy symbols used for the 9 major gods. New secrets and background tables for characters from the Western Reaches. We all know that I love my secrets. I mean, it's literally a part of Breachers. The new adventuring factions, which that's new. I'm doing Breachers as a faction. I think that's awesome that designers have been thinking along the same lines as Kelsey in the designs for this. Gossip, everyday knowledge about the Reaches rather than lore dumps. 100% agree with this. I'm not a fan of lore dumps in games. Look, I feel that when you are running a game, if you're just lore dumping on your players, that is time that they could have been out exploring and learning the setting naturally. So the fact that Kelsey is making more of a bite-sized lore is smart. The guy from Aggernath Studios has said the same thing, and I have a very similar philosophy, putting out a small part for players to bite on, and if they bite, you can lure them in and give them more. But if they don't bite, that means that they're not interested in that at that time. You may be, but that lore is for you. Use that to build your stories, and you can try again later with other pieces of lore, but force-feeding lore down someone's throat never works. And the fact that Kelsey has made this into more of a learn as you go, I think shows that kind of thought process as well. Now, this is the second book here, right? This is the Game Master's Guide to the Western Reaches. Has all of the hex crawling keys from Cursed Scrolls Zines 1 through 6, plus a bounty of new material. I'm okay with some things getting compiled into one book. If you just want to carry one book around, I think that is a fine way to do it, right? So a complete map of Western Reaches incorporates all those. 16 regions to explore, 10 are brand new, so 6 are ones we've seen, 10 are new. Deeply interconnected hex crawl, 250 plus keyed locations. Mechanics for characters to learn new talents from important NPCs they find. Sandbox-style gameplay and abundant customization of options. All monsters from the Cursed Scrolls 1 through 6, plus new creatures. Useful secrets and rumors about the Reaches rather than lore dumps. A new adventure to kick off the characters' explorations. You can see now also the Cursed Scroll 4, which is the River of Night. The Cursed Scroll 5, which is Dwellers in the Deep. She's got our little Sturge creatures there, our bats, our evil bats, our sting bats. And then, of course, they're like the mascot right now for all of the people who are fans. I kind of want a sting bat hoodie that's got the long nose on it and wings on the back, like printed, you know? Be kind of dope looking. Anyway, I digress. Dwellers in the Deep, we're going to be getting that. And then, of course, we're going to be getting the City of Masks, which is the new area. That's where the Bard comes from. It says, do the zines and guidebooks have crossover? Yeah, there are some because they're getting compiled. I have a hard choice I have to make, though, because I really want to collect the rest of my zine covers. I want a collection of just the zines. But as we scroll down, she made this premium slipcase. Of all of them, of all the zines, I mean, that's 1 through 6 there, and then the 2 new books. This is too gorgeous to pass up. I highly recommend, if you're going to throw some money down on this and you want to get in, to grab this box set. And then there's a new premium edition core rule books. After talking to Cree off stream, it sounds like this has got a few edits in it, but not a lot. Really, they wanted to do the lay flat with 3 binders, and then because people backed that first Kickstarter and they promised that this was a collector's, they were not going to reprint this. So that there is the new version of the collector's edition, which sounds like it's going to be a little more available for people moving forward. This is still that A5 black hardcover lay flat binding, 3 bookmarks. This is really pretty. It's got the Arcane Library symbol on the cover. But what I want this Game Master screen. This I'd say more symmetrical, asymmetrical, but I think those are skulls drawn all the way across. I really want this screen for convention play. Hand inked, looks so great. Cloth player's map if you want the reaches, but you don't want people to know where things are. There's a cloth version as well. New spell cards for all your players. I think these are great for players to have as they're trying to learn the game and learn about the spells. This is a great set of 88 cards that are out. New mini adventures, new tearaway sheets. I would love if these were front and back, but I don't believe they are. With that said, that's the news on it. If you're interested about some other things, we're going to be on live here. You can pick it up right now if you are watching this video live at the, what time mark are we at? 40 minutes. I'm going to dive into what you're getting in the preview. But for news-wise, that's everything for us today on March 12th. The news that is going on Tabletop RPG, internet, and everywhere around. If you're going to be at GaryCon, I'm going to be running Breachers in SHADOWDARK at GaryCon. Hit me up either in my Discord, which you can find in the links below, or if you're in the chat right now, you can find it there. I'll be running hopefully once a day these 2 to 3 hour session of the Anvil run and also doing some random generation. That's it for me here for this recording. If you're here for live, stick around. Everybody else, watch, listen, learn, be a better gamer. Go play some SHADOWDARK. Maybe don't play some D&D today. So that video is recorded. For all of us, let's take a look at what's inside. I haven't done this yet. Before we do, I'm going to copy all these links down so I can throw them into the news feed. So let's go over here. I can copy these and close them out as we go here. So So this is Sigil. What do you guys think? I'm excited for the new book. I think it's gonna be great. Close that one. This looks super cool. What is this? Liminal horror? I'm excited to look at this. I want to look at this live on the show. Let me see here. I just want to scroll through this. Where is the price for this? That's the print. PDF on itch, which is where we're at. They have a fully searchable website for this? Look at this. Wow. That's awesome. Ah, coming to backer kit April 15th. That's why. Huh. Might have to look through that. Well, anyway, Liminal Horror. Let's grab, we don't need that one. We need this one, which was just print news. Kyle, are you coming to GaryCon? I know you go to cons once in a while. Are you? I mean, that's not a far drive from Indy out to this. Are you coming out? This is the them piece. The shadow dark stuff, that is. Sting bats shouldn't be considered bats. Little bloodsuckers. Hey, man, there's vampire bats. Hey, what's up, Nick? How you doing, buddy? So we got that one. And then I want to go through this with you guys. Let's look through the extra stuff that's here. So down here, there's a link. We can open up their Dropbox. No time. So here's our Cursed Scroll 4 preview. I dig the art. New map. I like me a good hex crawl. It was a big map. Usually the inside page, when you're looking at this stuff, usually the way it goes is it's a map and information. Right? Here, actually, we'll go to the big screen. Usually it's like this. I'm going to do a quick overview of this. I think I'm going to record this. I think that makes sense. So we're going to record this as well, but I will answer questions during it. This will be a little more fast-paced, but not too crazy. Then we can dig into it deeper after I do the recording. So 3, 2, 1. So if you're here for the recording and you're getting transferred over to here, we're going to take a look through the links that have previews for everything for the Western Reaches SHADOWDARK zine. It basically gives you a Dropbox. Inside that Dropbox, you have these items to look at. So this is the first one, which is the preview for Cursed Scroll 4. Double map, which is very different, everybody. Check this out. Double map. Normally, you get one, like I was showing the audience beforehand. Normally, it is a map and then the information. But in this case, we don't have that. We got a big double map. We've seen some of this art before. I think this is the new Basilisk Warrior. I'm excited for this. This is a really good fit for Breachers, so I'm happy to see this. You can actually get a Basilisk egg, and you have a Basilisk that travels with you. The Ranger we've seen before. That being collected in here because I think for the original Kickstarter, if I remember correctly, it's just a card sheet that has this in the Bard, or maybe even just in a downloadable. New art, little Legolasly feeling to it. New Druid spells. We've never had a Druid before. That means we're getting a Druid in here. That's cool. They don't have the... I was really hoping they had more spells. I love that the original ones, you can roll a D12 for Wizard and a D6 or a D8 for Priests, and you can roll random spells. Still cool, though. Bunch of new spells in here for people to use. A lot of mycenial stuff, which is cool. True Speech is in here. One of my favorite things is a new Wizard spell. What is this? The Black River Hex Key. Very clean, simple format, right? What do we have here? Looks like a dungeon. Hey, Allie. Another one. So that's what's coming in. This is the preview for the Curse Scroll 4. Curse Scroll 5. I love this because we're all Stingback fans. I love the stickers that are on here that are just printed on it. Very clean, super easy. We love the Stingbats. This Delver class is super cool. I love this Trailblazer piece that they get. I think this is awesome. Hi, Allie. So look at this. She says she peeked at the Curse Scroll options yesterday. So you got the Delver, great art. The Weirdling class, which is pretty cool. Those who have been called down into the dark have listened to the gibbering of the vile abominations, or gibbering of the vile abominations, and have felt the rapturous presence of the lost and waking them from the abyss. This is pretty cool. They get club, crossbow, pseudopod, short pseudopod. Oh, you got a new ability. Corruption. Look at this weird motherfucker. This is something straight out of Cthulhu. Cthulhu. New titles for each one of these. The Weirdlings and on. New sorcerer spells, which makes me think we're getting a sorcerer. Chaotic wizards can choose from it. That's cool. That's a really good way to do that. Just make it alignment based. That's solid. New spells, a big ghoulish library map. It's 2-page spread. That's probably the back of the book. I love when they put the squares and stuff, and then you can't see it down here. There's locked doors with DCs just built into it. That's something that Kree and I have talked about a lot, which is just putting numbers at the bottom that say, yo, this L or this B just means this is the DC for what you're doing. And what else do we have? Whoops, I didn't mean to close that out. We also have Curse Scroll 6. This is the city area, the mask. I think this might be the best cover out of all the covers. I mean, let me see here. My other favorites, I'm a big fan of Curse Scroll 1. Also, if anyone knows where to get these slip covers quickly. I've been looking on Amazon, but I've had no luck to find these slip covers. I would like to get some to ship stuff. This is probably my least favorite one. And then this is it probably would go that red one for Curse Scroll 6. I think probably Curse Scroll 1 and then Curse Scroll 3. That would be my order of art. I love the art for this though. It's just wild looking, man. You get the Bard class. We had a Bard on our first Breachers live show, our actual play. Diana was playing a Golem Breacher because Golem's one of the new ancestries for Breachers. So she played a Bard. Bards are super fun. Really nailed it. I remember the live stream for building the Bard. So I'm glad to see it's here. I'd love to know what changed between the original version that we got with the last Kickstarter and this finalized version of the Bard and Ranger. Good art. The Duelist, new class. Pretty cool. I'm curious if some of these classes have a second page. Renown. I have something similar right now. I am building contracts for the Lancer. As a mercenary, you can take a contract, get extra experience, basically gold, but experience for you and your crew. And on failure, you and one other person in your party take the penalty. So oaths were cool, but I wanted something for like the mercenary company aspect of Breachers. This Renown seems very similar to what I was working on building for something else. How it's going to work is awesome. There's reaction levels that this adds in. This is a nice little, like, we're going to use Renown this game. Print this sheet, slap it in the front of whatever you're running, and you just have it. Smart. New mage spells, major lawful wizards. I dig this alignment-based spell stuff. Some of these are really fun. Bunch of new spells in here. Glyphs. I always love glyph spells. Teleportation sigil. Super cool. And new downtime rules. PCs can do one downtime activity between adventures. Some activities require finding and paying a teacher, which you know I love from Dragonbane. I was actually looking at bringing that over. Now I don't have to. To succeed on a downtime activity, the character must pass associated check. The PCs can use luck token or can't use luck tokens on these checks. That makes sense. It's in between. Reduce the DC one step for each consecutive attempt a PC makes at the same activity. That's weird. Reduce the DC. Okay. So if you get an 18, cleansing, and one curse afflicting, you can do spiritualism, skullduggery. We have martial training, which is pretty cool. You can learn new weapons, bonuses to hit. This is nice. This is a good way to like round out your characters without it being tied to your class. I actually really like that. Different training is available to PCs based on their hit points die. Okay. So D4, int strength dex, int strength dex. That's cool for martial training. Really cool. What a great way to do it. Die type. That really does, besides weapons and armor, determine your class. Then you got city overview, climate, traversing city people. I already used something similar to this. I learned this from, what was a project? It's not the City of Doors. It's Christian's version, but he had it so you can travel through the city based on what you're doing, and then the chance of random encounter. That's a nice touch. Canals, wealth. I'm curious to see if we have a map for this. Holidays. I love me some holidays in game. So that's what we get with the Curse Scroll 6. Then we have the Game Master's Guide with the trolls, city-states, overlords, merging the rules, carousing. I love carousing in a game. This is nice though. Using the standard rules in the SHADOWDARK core rulebook or the expanded carousing rules in Curse Scroll 6, there are limits to the size of carousing events a PC can buy based on the settlement, which is something as a GM I would do, but I feel like this is really good for new GMs, or if you're like, oh fuck, what would the gold piece limit be for a village? 600 gold. You can't spend more than 600 gold here because there's not enough people to give a shit, right? Kind of smart. New random encounters, adventuring, mounts. This setting uses an adaptation of the mount rules from C2. I just made my own mount rules for Lancers. I wanted advanced mounts so they can do more with you. I'm curious to see if we're getting an advanced mount version of that as well. Sandboxes, open-ended, multiple PCs, seeding rumors. West Marches, which is the style of this campaign. If you never played a West Marches, it's great. There's a lot of hurdles with West March games. You really have to have players that understand they're the driving force for what you're going to do. I, as a GM, love these kind of games. Even if I don't call it a West March, I love when the players are determining the direction of what they want to do. Breachers is using something similar, but I'm at least giving them a funnel to go through. You're going to be going into the wall and coming out to do things. You're in your district and surrounding area. You don't really expand to other districts, especially not in the first volume. West March's problem you have is people just point at a map and go, I want to go all the way over here. But that's a lot of travel time. Like, that's a big expedition. So she's talking about scheduling, open tables, things like that. There was a, what streamer was it? Not streamer. Somebody reported about how they handle, I think it was Sly Flourish. The biggest problem with scheduling games is that you may have 4 players, and if you don't have all 4, you don't play. But he has like 2 flex picks that if someone can't make it, they're up to come play. They swap in, which is really nice. So you're always playing no matter what. And then everyone's like, how do you handle when someone's missing? I've learned in streaming when someone's missing, you just give a real simple version. They're off doing something else. It's X. They'll be back when we come back. You only have to do something like that. And if you're out adventuring, just say they were wounded, or they're healing up, or they didn't go on this, or fucking just ignore that they're not there. It doesn't matter. It's a game. So she's kind of hinting at some of that in the scheduling area. Passage of time, real time, how it embraces real time. I've embraced real time mechanics for a long time. When I saw the torch timer, I got super excited. Like when I travel for cons, I bring this thing. It's like a USB power supply. But when you flip it, it does a timer, right? Didn't need to change clock on this though, I just noticed. It's got alarms on it, things like that. And it's a USB port, which is really nice if someone needs to charge something. So that's cool. Caught outside, what happens if you get caught outside. Hex crawling rules. Climate. We all have climate stuff in our game. Extreme cold and extreme heat are big in these kind of games. Climate in the reaches, how they function. We got regions. Really good breakdown of everything inside of this. Uncle Grigor, which I'm excited to see how this works. Lowland Moors. Wendy Hogsfoot. This is pretty cool. It sounds like you can train with Wendy. So like sneak up on a sleeping boar and balance a wheel of cheese on its head without waking it, Wendy must witness it happen. These are like weird things you get to do, and you can get benefits out of them as well. What's up, Bleak? So we are then going to look at the players to kind of round out this last part of looking at these. So this is the player's cover. And again, these are covers that face each other. Super cool. What everyone knows, love this. I feel like you should always have a one sheet that you can hand to the players where it's like, this is what you know no matter what. This is like the baseline knowledge. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I should really add these sheets to Breachers. I just don't know where I would add them. That might have to be in the full collection of the game later on. Life in the Reaches. Half-Elf is a new ancestry. Huh. Population. Half-Elf trinkets. A new archer class. Ooh-wee. They're mounted. Oh, they're a mounted fucking archer. Oh, that's cool. Todd Chat loves his archers. Weapon, dagger, longbow, shortbow, sling, scimitar, leather armor, D6 per level. 3 times per day, you can add half your level round down. This has got more abilities than normal to me. Very cool. I like this. Really simple, really clean. And with all the new things you can add, that's awesome. Like you can join an organization, do training, and be more than what your class shows you. Now, we got to talk to Rouse about class. I love this class. This is so good. Average laggards of no particular talent. They wield weapons and magic in the elegance of a hog-tied kobold. But if their back is against the wall, a glint of bravery may on rare occasions rise to the surface. I would play this in a fucking heartbeat. It reminds me of the sidekick from Venture Brothers who turns into the badass for the Monarch. Well, I can't remember his fucking name, but he had like the Wolverine claws and shit for a while. So, club, dagger, hammer, as club, staff, leather armor, D4 hit points. Noah guy. You have advantage on checks related to interfacing with the commoners and sourcing favors. I love this kind of fixer mentality that you can get. Luck Smith. Whenever another player uses your luck token, they have advantage on a new roll. Like, no, let me help you. Here's the luck. Make your roll. Surprising Guts. When you are reduced to half your hit points or lower, you have advantage on your next roll. Gonna happen a lot. Only have a D4 fucking hit points. And then the Rouseabout's talents, 2, +1 to any stat and roll another talent. So you get a bonus stat and you roll again. No reroll. You can get it more than once. Gain the ability to wield a new weapon or armor. Oh my god, I trained with the knight who's here. I now can also use a bastard sword. 7 to 9, +1 to 2 stats that can't be the same. 10 or 11, roll an extra hit point die this level. Hey, I'm fucking not just a D4 wonder anymore. And then 12, learn any spell of a tier equal to your level rounded down. Oh, equal to half your level rounded down because there's only 5 tiers. And then look at the art for this. Look at this guy just trying not to die. I don't know. Nick, I don't know in chat if you've played the Rouseabout. I think it's great. What was this, Bleak? My group will not meet if we don't have all the players present, and it's so frustrating. Yeah, I think there's a point of emergence where you're just like, I have to have everybody here or we won't run the story. I used to do that all the time too, but eventually I just started making a side game. And then our side games became the game that everybody wanted to play. Now I think as long as there's 3 people, that's on you for not being there. New Warlock class also is coming up. That's pretty cool. The Rouseabout's the only thing I wanted to look over, but this art is wildly good. Look at this dude. It's like this music started for him. Nick says, I haven't had a player pick it up yet. I need more deaths. We all need more deaths in our game. So that's pretty cool. The Lost, Chaotic, Tenets, new stuff for that. That looks like a broken cookie. New options. So here's the thing that's cool. Backgrounds. Secrets. A section lists D100 secrets players can use to give their characters an interesting plot thread. Anyone who's played games with me knows I love secrets. Factions on this chapter detail 4 factions, which I'm assuming what Breachers is kind of going to be. Bards, Jewel-Eyed, Torchbearers, Wolf of Lindonia, I think is what it's called. So now you got Bards, their mission, their bylaws, in the Reaches, what the symbol is. Members in good standing with them, learn a mix of rumors with evil plots, magic items, people who need help. So these are definitely like more tie-ins to the game. Really cool. Torchbearers, great name. In the Reaches, you know, adventure sites and treasures, membership benefits, which you get for levels 1 through 10, what the city states are, and so on. So right now, anyone can go take a look at this from the Kickstarter. This is the link for the preview. For those who are interested, I'll also put it in the comments down in this video as well. But I wanted to pimp this and say as much as I can about it because I'm so excited about having another version of SHADOWDARK come out 2 years later. Really fun, lots to it. People can look over their own price for stuff. I'm not going to dive into the prices for this video, but I wanted to look through the individual pieces. So if you're here live, stick around. This was just another recording. We're going to get into the rest of the live show here, everybody. To those who are watching this video later on, like always, watch, listen, learn, go support another gamer, and help SHADOWDARK be more popular than it already is so we can have more people playing this and find games easier and faster than we have before. That's it for me with this video. If you're here for live, stick around. All right, so we're done with all the video. There's nothing else I want to record. I knew I wanted to get those 2 things recorded. Check this out, though. We'll look at the pledge levels. We'll look at pledge levels. So look at this shit. New Curse Scroll Zines, 45 bucks. PDF Western Marches, Core Plus, 59 bucks. Like, I want to see this bigger. I wish I could. Look at all the fucking skulls in this. Super cool. Really, I can't wait to get that screen. I love that art. Western Reaches. So 85 bucks, you get both books. And these books are well made. 129 gets you all of this. Includes Player's Guide, Western Reaches, Game Master's Guide, Curse Scroll 4, 5, 6, all physical and digital stretch goals. I went for the premium slipcase. Surprisingly, not that much more, everybody. Look at this. That price difference is only a $20 difference, everyone. And you get all of this thing. Like, Nick, this is wild to me. For printing cost, that this is what they're getting? That's fucking nuts. Then you got the newcomer. If you're just joining, for 200 bucks, you get all of this. They must be printing really high volume this time, because I feel like this price is almost better than the last Kickstarter was. $229, a core set and accessories. The only accessories I want out of it is this here. I just want the character sheets. I think the boxes for players would be good, but as a GM, I don't really use spell cards, but I think for players, they're really great. And I haven't decided if I want this set yet. I already backed it on my end. Everything all in. And here's some stretch goals. This is what I wanted to know. Look at this thing. Look at this. Look at that flashing troll. So physical, day 1, you get the troll, the swamp troll. 200,000, 2 more mini adventures. 300,000, a sheet of luck tokens, which is cool. I think it'll be hard punch out. More stretch goals coming. I thought they would have had more stretch goals already done. Oh yeah, 100%, Nick. 100%. It's a very good line. The printing cost was based on a Kickstarter hitting maybe 250K the first day, not 1.25 fucking million. I'm so proud of them for putting this out and it doing this well. So fun. Recuperate a bit from every eventful 24 hours. Thank you for changing or charging past our wildest expectations. Add-ons, you can add everything on through here as well, which is super fucking cool. Shipping and fulfillment will be in November this year. This is roughly what they're thinking the shipping cost is going to be, which God only knows how it's going to go now. I don't know if they're printing stateside or how they're doing it. Illustration team, Cameron Massey. That's the guy who lives out here. I'm hoping he's at Gary Con, Andrew Beckwith, Matt Morrow, Mark Lyons, Jesse Egan. That's her wife, if I remember correctly. Yuri, Lucas, Carlos. So these are all the same people, which is dope. Have they been talking about that in the Discord? They had more stretch goals. They just blew past everything, and they weren't. They were trying to think of what to do now. Haven't posted up there yet. Honestly, don't make more backer stuff too much. I think Shadow Darklings, having the ability to add your own classes into it for your own players would be fucking awesome. That's what I would like. Do they own Shadow Darklings, or does somebody else own Shadow Darklings, Nick? Do you know? Writing team? Only that's it? God damn. Fucking awesome. Really is. Look at this shit. Community schedule. Oh, cool. There's going to be an AMA. I'm going to watch that. She owns Shadow Darklings. Okay, that's what I was wondering. I would love to be able to add my own classes in there. Even if it was a subscription model, I would do it. Dope. Mystery Monday. Okay. What time is this going to be at? Every Monday, backers get a free PDF of a brand new Shadow Dark mystery supplement. Oh, that's cool. Shadow Darkling Duck. Well, no, I want to put like the Lancer in and stuff like that. It'd be great. I will be at Gary Con. We'll be at the party, the pizza party. On the 19th, I'll be there for that as well. Excited. Cool. Fucking happy. I did watch this review from him, which was awesome. He did that. This is amazing, everyone. I can't believe this is actually happening like as fast as it is. They must be just mind blown. Mind blown. I've been enjoying Shadow Dark. I'll tell you what, man. I think it's my favorite to write for right now. I think it's on the docket because the guys behind Nexus have been in talks with her about taking over Shadow Darklings for her. Oh, okay. Nexus. Okay. I mean, Shadow Darklings, you'd have to keep... I feel like you'd have to keep it free, because if you change it from free, you're going to have some pissed off individuals, I think. Where's my chapstick here? I have anything over here? Lips are chapped. This weather has been all over the place. I'll use my new one from getting my hair cut today. Ted chapstick there. Oh, I know who it is. I know who it is. I was just refusing to comment. Ooh. Tastes like IPA. So that's all the news today. I do want to go over a few other things. So I've been deep in the weeds here, because I've been trying to figure out how I want to print this book. So my current design is set up for 5.83 by 8.27, which is A5 size. I've been trying to find good A5 paper. I did pick up something fun. I picked up something fun that's going to unfortunately cause a problem. So if we go over to the layout. I have a stout one too. So I love this blue, and I thought about printing this over top. Now the problem you run into is that without going through a specialty print shop, which maybe I'll do later, I can't use this cover unless I use white print paper, because it needs to print all this stuff. Or I would have to use a sticker, right? So I'm going to have to print on white, but I picked up this new metallic paper that I want to do the cover on. The problem is this company currently doesn't have A4 or A5 paper. Now I'm sure I can find it somewhere through a print shop, but I really wanted to print on this because I love the metallic-y sheen, and I think folded over this would look really cool for the zine. Now, as you can see here, this is a A5 zine, and this is 8.5 by 11. Okay, printed, folded over. Now, if I fold this over this, and I can use a test print without cutting it, 8.5 by 11 is not the same size, for those who don't know. I knew this, I just didn't know how close it would get. But you can see the seam difference. See this? Here, you can see the difference, right? That's where the page cuts off, and that's where the page begins, and it continues. So I need to find A4, because typically my thoughts, and Nick, you can obviously put your information on this as well. If you want to print this, you need A4. This A4 allows you to print it, put crop marks, cut it, and then make an A5 zine. So in order to make this, I have to find A4 paper. With that said, because I want to do a test print at my house before I go do it myself, I have a my printer is made to do a little bit of everything, and my printer can do A4. So if I get A4 paper, I can print A4 to do a test run. So I'm probably going to buy some good A4 paper here this weekend. Tomorrow I'm going to the bindery and doing printing there. Oops, I fucked that up. Okay, so it's set now. So that's the game plan. So I have to find a way to be able to print it. But I'm tempted to print 11 by 7 or 8.5 by 11, trim it to make a smaller zine for this first batch is like a collector's edition, because I can do it. Like, this is the printed version and it's got great trim lines, right? Like, I can trim all of this stuff up and make a nice small zine. This is just garbage copy paper because I'm just doing test prints. But I could do this and trim it myself and make a good zine out of it. And then do this is the cover for this 11 by 17. Oh, sorry, 8.5 by 11. But here's where it gets tricky. To print on this, I won't be able to do this white door unless it's a sticker. Because it would have to be a separate print and stuck on. Because you can't print white because there's no such thing as white fucking ink. Or I have to do a different version of this and not have white. Have it all be black or something along those lines. It's just printed on. So that's another option, right? It's another option. The other issue we run into, because it's just for the cover, the district on the inside would be blue as well. Then we run into the next problem. This is all white pages, so that's fine, right? It's all white, no problems. Super clean. When we get down to here, the back of the book, it's a big doc, by the way. Those are the things I'm doing right now. It's white print. So I run into this problem where this is a white print piece. And I would have to remove all the black and then go with this instead. You know what I mean? So I had to do this instead. And do the white background for it instead, which I do have a way to do. I mean, I prefer doing prints per signature. But since that's difficult, A4 works. What do you mean per signature? You lost me there. We're obviously probably using the same term for something, but what do you mean by per signature? As 11 by 17 I can do and trim it, but that's just a fucking waste of paper. A4 gives us the ability to not have to worry about that. Hold on here. So we bring this over. We want... This is probably the one I look at the most frequently, paper size guide. I just wish it was in inches. What? No, no one gives a fuck. Fuck off. So like this here, A5 is this. So A5 is this. But A4 is A5 folded over. You know what I mean? So now I got to figure out how I want to go about this. Like this is the other one that I've always looked at. Oh. The part of the book that is saddled or staple bound, and you combine them with the book, usually 1664 pages. When you're printing them in novels, they print on sheets that fit 16 per one. Yeah. Correct. That's not how these are done, though. At least I don't think they are. Yeah, you're talking about something closer to this, right? It's on one big piece. Where it's like 6 to a sheet or whatever. But I'm going to be going to a place and printing this myself for this one run. The final versions, like the Kickstarter, that'll go through an actual print house. But I want to have someone take with me for this. Yeah, 16 to a page. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I can do that there. I don't think I can do that there. Because then they cut them all up, right? So what size paper is that? Is that A1 that they're doing it on? Is that A1 that they're chopping up? I mean, that's my guess. Yeah. So that's great, but you know, you'd have to go through a print house to do that. I don't think they do that here. I'll ask them, man. I'll know tomorrow. If they do, because I have done that print style before. Let me see here. Because you're talking about doing like full-on bookbinding, doing it that way. And that's not the point. Like, I don't even think this is done that way. I think this is A4 trimmed. You think it's AO? No. No, because it's A5 when it's done printing, right? A5 is 4 A2s. A5 is 4 A2s. That means that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 roughly in an A2. Correct? 10 A5s to an A2? How many A5 in an A2? I'm looking here. A2 is 4 times bigger than an A4. So A5 though is what I want. So yeah, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. There's 8 on this. So it's got to be this one, because this would be 16. A1 would be 16. Because A2 is 2 A1s. That'd be 16. If it's on AO, that means they have trim space then, which is probable. Like, that makes sense. But I don't think they have an AO printer there. Dude, if they have AO printer... Yeah, Nick, same fucking thing. Yeah, that's what we were just saying. But that would be foolproof printing, which I'm doing it myself, so that's not the case. So then the question is, because I can get quick access to 11 by 17 or 8.5 by 11, do I just do 8.5 by 11 and trim it for this first 25 run just to see how it looks? And then do the full print run when I do the Kickstarter? Because that's kind of where I'm at. Or I need to buy... I don't know what size printing services they have there. Let me check something here. Because I can do up to A4 here. That's it. Well, that's not true. I can do... I have a back feeder, so technically speaking, I can do larger than A4. Maybe play the fancy stuff? Yeah, well, that company doesn't make it in any other fucking size, which sucks. There's other print houses I can go to, but I want something because I'm on short notice. I just want something to be able to take, you know what I'm saying? I want a good quality, sellable product. There are people who do 8.5 by 11 fold over trim. They do it that way. It just ends up being smaller. Like, hold on here. Let's quickly trim this. Since I got all that shit here. Also, if you don't own one of these from, I saw this on Adam Savage, his favorite box cutter. Super nice. Big fan of it. It has a second blade behind it. It's really easy to get the blades. It holds well. It locks really well when you're cutting. It's just, I don't know, man. It's a really good cutter. So let's just trim this really quick. There they have trim machines, so it'll be way fucking easier. And they have page folders too. So I'll be able to just do a page folder. So they told me the best thing I can do is bring my own paper. That's what they told me I could do. They said your best bet is to bring your own paper. Now they have some there, which I'll know more about that tomorrow. But for all intents and purposes, I just trimmed this one down to size, right? And this is what you're looking at. Size compare. You know what? Let me see if this will be easier. Yeah, you can see it on this. This is what the size comparison would be. That's what you'd be looking at. Squared up, for those who are wondering what the size difference is between an 8.5 by 11 folded over and an A5 print, or trim to A5. I don't hate it. I mean, unless it's next to one of these, you wouldn't know the difference. Know what I mean? Because it's laid out for it. My gutter is not what I want, though. I'd have to increase the gutter size a touch. Because it doesn't print exactly the way I want it to. I have stuff too close to the edge on some of the pages. Some of that I've already cleaned up. But like, here, I'll show you. We go over to here. When I'm looking at the ancestry page right now, so watch. We go back up to the ancestries. This is their bleed here. And I only left that much of a gap off the bleed. I can move them in some and do a smaller gutter down the middle. But I bumped all these in so they print better. Because I was like, oh, fuck. Like this one here, I got to bring it in. I haven't done it yet. That's part of the editing pass I need to do. But this basically has got to go to here. And then... like so it doesn't get cut off. Do they have A3? I don't know, man. I would hope, but because A3 would let, I mean, you could. But A3 you would get what? 4? But you would have no trim. A3 would have no trim. I'd almost be better at doing A4 and trimming all of them. Oh, what happened here? I must have fucked it up on my phone. That's supposed to be locked. Right now, I'm working on secrets. I would treat it like you were doing an A4 and trimming it down to the correct size versus being too small. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where I'm leaning. It's kind of where I'm leaning. But that means I got to redo all this, Nick. I would have to redo all this for an A4. You know what I mean? And I need trim space. I still need to trim because I have bleeds on all my stuff. All this stuff is intended for bleed. So I still have to have room to trim. And if I don't have room to trim, because A4 isn't going to give me shit. If we go to this page, A4, 8.26 by 11, right? That's not going to give me very much trim space. And I don't feel like reorganizing all this over the weekend. Now, the final version I put out later, I might do that. This is only going to be a 25 print run. On the A3, yeah, right. A5, one size up, yeah. But I got to find that, though. That's the problem. Your trim would be very little. That's kind of what I was looking at. I have to see if they have it. You can buy A4. The question is, what weight do I want? And then I got to find a cover. I can't use that blue for it. I would just have to print the cover I have. I might have to Amazon paper. I hate doing that. but to get here in time. Because what are they using? 80 weight? 60 weight? What are they using for their internals? Do you know? Yeah, I would just do the A4 because this can do A4. Actually, you'd have more room to trim with legal. How would it give you minimal trim? It gives you more trim, doesn't it? This is 8.26 inches for an A4. A legal is 8.5. It feels like, that's what I thought, 60. And their covers are probably 100 cardstock. Wouldn't you think? I mean, you can get premium A4 28 pound. I don't want 28. 70 lb text for $8.95 for 40 sheets. Oh. I see. I can't run A3 through this though for home printing, for testing. There they might be able to. I don't know what the bindery can do. Yeah, could cardstock. Right. Yeah, I know that. But I don't have that cardstock right now. So I have to buy 25 sheets of card. That is an A4. I would probably do A4. A3 is I can't run A3 through my printer. They have a laser there and an ink. And I think the bindery has, hold on here, let's look it up. And like I said, I'm going there tomorrow. So this is the bindery. Because they do full on specialty books and shit. What's their print lab? Looking for their print rules. It's under shop. I mean, they do hand bound. Like, look at the cloth ones they do and shit. Look how fucking nice these are. I love this with the embossed piece on the bottom. Yeah. But I'm looking to see if they have the size for printing. Let me look at the community print shop. There we go. Self-service lasers, sheet sizes up to 13 by 26. That's a pretty good. That's pretty good. It's 13 by 26. 13 by, what's 26? What's a 26? I'm looking for which one that would be. I guess that would be A1. No. A1 isn't even right, because A1's 31 inches. But anyway, so that's what I'm going in tomorrow to talk to them about. So I've done enough hand stitching and staple stitching myself and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to have to find stock. I think A4 70LB text is probably pretty good. Because that's 105 GSM. Pretty close, yeah. But that will let me get this in there. You know what I mean? Because right now, this paper on Amazon I can get pretty quick. And the numbers for it, printer, bond, 28 LB bond, 70 LB text, 105 GSM bright white, 40 sheets. I just get 2 of these. So right now it's 11 sheets per. I know it's more than 11. This would be tight, but this would probably not be a bad option. I was looking for a better price than that. But 60 GSM is kind of what I was thinking too. Let's see if I can find any on here. And its problem is everything's 11 by 17. But they may have the papers there, and I might be able to use their printer style and then just order a cardstock cover and print the cardstocks there. You know what I mean? That's my current plan. But this is dope. Like that this is even a fucking option. This is even an option that they have this. It's just awesome. So I want to keep the size. I'm going to finish designing in the size. The push comes to shove. All I got to do is pull the text, move it over, make a new version. Well, this should be pretty good. Because your 0 lines here. And this was the print shot based on Mix'em. The template that I was using is from Mix'em. Because this bleeds up and through, and I'm fine trimming that. I just wanted the splatter. Need to go through and add page numbers too. But anyway, that's where we're at right now. The current thing I'm working on is secrets, which I don't want to work on air today because I kind of want that to be secrets. But I will show you something pretty cool. I put the barrier realms in here so everybody knows each one of the barrier realms. So you got the names at least. The settings set up between the walls, Everpeak, and the people. I might add some things here for rulership. I haven't decided yet. Then we got Riftbreaker Gate inside the lock between, which is the Selly port, the Rampart. I got art from this I'm working on right now. I got the Breachers mode and what it is, the guilds, the Breacher talents, the death inside the wall. I just finished this art. I just don't have it on here. The art looks the art looks like hold on here. Where's the option to browser window? There you go. This is the art full colored, which is like burning light in this drab brown. So that'll be added to there to replace the image that's there. Talents are here. I started the Keymaster stuff up, the Guild Hall set up a quick, this is a D8 table to make your Keymaster. The level is a secret level. This is the level where you should let their secret out. So you don't want to do it before then. So you kind of pick the ones that make sense for what you're running. How breacher points are going to work. Breacher gates. Okay, cool. Breacher coins. Secrets. This is the secret part. Unlocking secrets. And this is where I'm working on right now. And then here I'm going to build secret tables. I was building this out. I've changed it. So now I got to go back through. That's what I'm going to do here after the show is set this up. Yeah, we're doing playtests tonight. Right now it is 4 people and we're doing breachers testing. And then this will be more secret tables. And then I added all this new breacher gear, which costs breacher coins because you get 1 every time you come out of the wall. Battle rations, Journeyman's Pack, the Marvelous Mollusk, the Travel Bridge, the Siege Blade, which is the common sword of people, Piercer Bow, the Breacher Plate, and then variants for each one of these, because I love the idea of you being able to pick and kind of change up what you do. So there's a chain variant. I might color code this. I haven't decided yet on this part, but there's a chain variant, an elemental variant, an explosive variant, an iron coffin variant for your armor, a light mount so you can have a torch or a lantern on you. What made me think of adding that is this. What is the name of it? It's what's the name of it? Kingdom Death. So Kingdom Death makes some of the coolest looking fucking knights. And their knights, some of them have like torches on them. Let's see if we can find one of the, like, look at that, dude. Love that fucking thing. So cool looking. The owl version. So this is kind of what was reminding me of it. Look at that fucking ball and chain. But there's ones where they carry like lanterns on their hips. Kingdom Death, let me just put female. I think it was a female knight. She had like a thing on her hip. It was like a lantern. I wasn't, yeah, there. So you can see the lantern hanging off. So some fun stuff like that is why I did the torchlight one. She's fucking cool looking. So looking at that, that's why we have the light mount. We have phase weapons. We have etched rune and we have siege engine, which is super rare. You got to have 18 strength to even fucking try to lift it. Update, just because this is gonna be all the soul journey rules. I have all of it written. I just got to port it over and decide layout. And I just got to do 2 maps and 1 piece of art and I'm done. And then a hard edit pass. I've already been doing a lot of editing passes as I go through and modifying the classes and shit. But, so yeah, I think I'm at the print on white because I have this white background. But you think, you're saying if I can get it, you would do A3 and cut it down? And cut to the two A5s? Folded A5s? A3 and cut to 2 folded A5s. If we can get it, I can fit A4 though. If push comes to shove, we may have to go to A4 on this first run until I can source paper. I just gotta find some good fucking paper, man. Ooh. I think I just found some. What do you think about, well, I know what Nick's gonna say. Nick, look at this. A4, if I can't get A3, A4, 500 sheets, 64 GSM, bright white. That's good. Oh, look at, they have A5. Look at this. Have you ever used any of this paper? Huh. That's not a bad price. Like, legitimately. A4, I could print at home. I might have to do that. I might have to do that. That's super fucking cool. Ask and I shall receive. So that'd be kind of cool. I think I might look at getting this. I've never heard of this paper before, though. I don't know if you've ever used it before. Let me see here. So people have been picking it up. Whoever Amazon should be here on Friday. I'll post a response. I guess it's like Tomil River. Dude. Hold on here. And that was, which one did I just put in there? We talked about gives you more trim room than A4, A3. A3 is expensive, man. Look at the price difference. Look at the price difference between A3 and A4. Look at that shit. That's fucking wild. Well, I'm going to add it. No, I don't want to do that. So I added it in, so I have those in there, so I at least know. So now I need like A5 cardstock, or A4 cardstock. Oh, for more paper. More paper. We were looking at A5 is 14, A3. So this is A3, this is A5, this is A4. So I'm thinking A4, A3 costs more because it's also a paper that's not used that commonly and it's a little harder to make. But even then, that A5, sorry, A3 is 500 sheets. 500 sheets is solid. Solid. As we're talking, I'm gonna do some quick math here. If this is 48 pages divided by 4 is 12 pages a piece. 500 divided by 12. I could get roughly 41 zines out of it if I don't fuck up at all. So let's say 35. 35 zines. So probably cost me $150 to print them all. Print them, put them together, and cardstock. So then the goal would be to get A3 cardstock. Cardstock. Let's see if we can get cardstock metallic before I close today. So now you can get like this, right? These kind, something like this. But I think for this first one, probably gonna have to just do A3 cardstock. That's expensive. The A3 cardstock is going to be the expensive part. But I could probably do 11 by 17 cardstock and trim that down. You know what I mean? Do a 100-pound cover cardstock here. And this would give me white that I can print on for the cover and be done with it. So you figure total 50 bucks. Not even. And we just print that 11 by 17 and cut it. Now let's make the cover 11 by 17. It's probably the best bet. What I thought about doing, if nothing else, is printing bookmarks for the inside of the book with this. Because it's just dope looking. And it's metallic on both sides. And doing embossed B, doing bookmarks for it. But before we leave, let's do this really quick, everybody. Let's go back to Canva. Let's grab our, what's this drink? Oh, this is me doing the hyperlink drink stuff. Let's do alchemy tokens. Is this the right one? Nope. Oh, yeah, that is correct. Yes, these. So let's duplicate this. Let's delete this out, right? Let me grab her art. It's got watermarks all over it. Let me see if I can do a reverse image lookup for this. Here's the review for anyone who's interested in looking it up. This is the review for that paper, especially Nick, if you're going to print. Why can't I? Oh, I'm getting errors. I can't put that in here. Why? Huh. Is anybody else having problems with chat right now? Yeah, it's a bucket sheet. It's a bucket sheet. But I got 5 of them to test on. But I think I might just print something that goes in style because I want to use it because I love the fucking color for it. And it works for that. Also printing like cards on it and shit like that. I have some ideas. Well, anyway, I was trying to put the link in. It's under, I was looking up fountain pen stuff. So here, Cree, let me just send it to you here. And then I'm going to try to reverse look up your image. Reverse image search to see if I can get this for our game today. Guess I have to save it. Save it to downloads. Let's add it. Downloads. See if I can find it without all the image shit on it. Ooh. Yes, please. See if we can find this. Okay. Sometimes you can find them on Pinterest. I don't see one on Pinterest, but it's okay. It's okay. I have an idea. So we'll paste it in here. We're gonna do a edit. Click it again, go back. We're gonna do a background remover. Make your token for you. Oof. Yep, that was my fear. I need this without all the Shutterstock. I don't have Shutterstock account. I wonder if it's on Adobe. What is this called? Mighty Night Black and White. Hold on here. Canva. We're gonna do it might be in here. Sometimes the Shutterstock stuff's in here. No. Here, Allie. I looked around, I didn't see it. Yeah, I can't wipe the background out of this, unfortunately, because it deletes the whole fucking thing. So I just want to make us a token. Might be on Adobe stock. I have a bunch of Adobe stock credits. I only had Shutterstock when I was working for TPK Games. It's on Adobe stock, isn't it? Ah, yep, Allie just found it. I found it too. Thanks, Allie. I don't need all this extra information, you dumb shits. All right. Boom. Full version. Now here's the question. Can we do background remover? Damn. Let's Huh? Oh, you're fine. You didn't make anything complicated. Totally fine. I'm gonna edit it. We're going to do shadows, outline, our Lancer color. You're going to chop it down here. I'm going to do a black stroke then. Like so. Okay, so we have this, right? We will grab frame. I think it was stone frame for Breachers. See all this one. For inside the wall. And then we need the circle frames. Frames, circle. And you pop this like this. Right. So it's real clean. Move this to the back. And you move this to the back. And then we're going to put this in here. Oh, wait, I did that wrong. I need to duplicate this. And then we're going to put this piece here into that. Line it up. Right. We'll make this slightly larger so it's easier to handle. We'll throw this to the back. We'll take him, put him in this. And then we're going to have to do a paint over him to make him look right. This is really hard to read. So we'll just do a quick. White. Oops, wrong thing. Because I just don't want to open another app right now. Let's do this. Everyone's like, what is this slop he is drawing? You'll see. You'll see. Get the Nux. Get the sword. We're cheating. Get this sword. I just want to try it. If it looks bad, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. All right. Position, layers, group. That's all you gotta do, man. That's all you gotta do. Is that his cape? Is that supposed to be his cape going down here? So I'm gonna do another color on it too. Is that what that's supposed to be? Yeah, I think it is. All right. Okay. So it works. Let me try something else here. Let's just delete that. Yeah, that's why I was saying pick a normal color, because I could just go through and edit it. We can just make you a white token. I just wish that the background would not chop all the other stuff. It just chops too much. I guess I could take it in a Clip Studio really quick and draw it, or Illustrator and draw around it. I'm just trying to see how much I can get away with doing in this app. That's all I've been doing lately. It's just kind of like, how much can I fucking do? No other reason other than just cause. Like, I can draw on anything. Let me try this again. So I'm gonna cover this, I think. Right? Because basically we're just doing an underpainting. That's all we're doing. All we're doing. Normally I do this on my tablet because I have the pen. And it makes it fucking way easier. For all my tablet fans out there. For all the artists that are here that use tablets every fucking day of their life. All right, so that covers that. You can make it, but we're almost done. Almost done. Almost done. All right. I just like doing it in the least amount of strokes. It's almost like drawing. It's like drawing gestural work where you're not allowed to pick your pen up. Like in college. Todd probably remembers doing that. I sure as shit do. Knopfsinger used to make us do it all the time. Oops, I didn't mean to do that one. Rick Rath. What are you talking about? You talking about somebody? Oh shit. No. No, what the fuck? What is this tool? Lines. Oh, they have lines now? Oh, that's fucking cool. Oh, they added the tool here. I see. Well, fuck my life. Let's just do this. Can I make it white? I sure can. Can I thicken it? I'll make it thicker. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Position. Group. Back. There we go. Should I color this in? I feel like this should be white here. I'm not sure if that's his cape. Fuck is that? What the fuck is that? It's hard to tell. It's a very gestural piece in general, like ink style. Does this should this be inked white, you think? I think that's just the gap between an ink coming off. No, we're good. So now I'm gonna go through and do blue. So let's grab this. Let's grab this. Let's do the highlighter version. Let's grab ink. I want Breachers Blue. Ooh, do I want Breachers Blue? No. So check this out, everybody. This is really fucking cool. So I found this the other day when I was doing work. So like, let's just say I take the blue, and let's just say I want to do like, say I want to do some thin lines here, right? Watch. So like, let's say I want to do this. Go ahead and like that last line. That, nope. I'm doing this with a mouse. It fucking sucks. Let's say I want to do... Right? Let's say I want to cover here. Let's say I want to do these plates, right? Let's say I want to cover these plates. Let's do the ridges. The ridges will actually look better, I think. Right? Say we're going to just kind of gestural it down. Scroll it over. Fill it so there's no white, right? Let's hit this little band here because just fuck it, right? And then do I see any other spots where I really want that glint on them? I guess maybe I'll do one here to signify the helmet edge. Okay, now watch this. I didn't know this existed until the other day. When you click this and you go in here to do colors, they added gradients. So I can change all the blue to it, right? So now we got all this blue gradient. Now watch this. Boop. So you get these little fucking perfect blue lines underneath them. I don't know it existed. No idea. And now we take this, you take these, group them, bring this to the front. And then now we take this and we do a, ooh, I think I actually have to ungroup this. Let's do this grouped, this grouped. Let's do this. Let's do an edit. Let's do shadows, and let's do a outline. And we're gonna do it in a white. And now you just get a little bit of the blue purples that peek through for this. Super clean. This I don't like. We're definitely gonna have to change this. This is boring. So let's edit this. Can we give it some color? Because I want to stand out on the page. A lot. Canva can't do a lot. Canva can't do a lot. I've gotten really good at it over the years I've been using it here. Then let's do a drop shadow to create an edge inside. Like so. Right? Now let's group all of this and center this bitch. Right? And then we'll export it. Do we want that purple though? I don't know if I like the purple. Let's bring this back to normal. Let's do the orange that we have for all the Breacher shit. Like that. And then let's tank it closer to this. There we go. There. That's better. And then the area we're in is actually lavender. So let's ungroup this again. Let's just make sure these are all together. Right? And then let's change this. This is the normal blue for it, but I kind of want it to be like a lavendery color for the area we're in. If there's a pre-made, we'll use it. I don't like any of those. I do like this richer blue, though. Not bad. Let's do lavender. And get a good color correction in here. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of dope looking. It'll definitely stand out on the page. Right? Get that contrast up so it's darker on the bottom half. Like so. Then I want to do a circle shadow. Okay. We're going to do, let's see what we got here. I kind of just want to the bottom edge. Like this. And let's increase it. About there. There you go. Now you got a little depth. We'll just export this. Download. PNG. Transparent background. Current page. Done. Download. What's your character's name? Do you know? Do you know what your character's name is? This is not Liam. Because if you have it, I'll add the name. Black and white can be difficult to edit sometimes. What do we want? What's your character's name? Do you know who? Do you know who or what? So I can add it. Now let's put this for now. But yeah, it turned out well. Simple, clean, really easy, right? And if we go back here, I will take the one Allie sent me for her character. We'll duplicate this, right? And then we will position. The goal is to bring this back up, right? And then we're going to just delete it because we don't want to deal with all the fuckery that is there. And we're going to do our own circle again. And we'll bring this up to snuff. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. All right, and we'll paste her character. Now watch this. It's gonna get the sweet spot, and then I'll do a paint in really quick. I want the paint on her face. Probably a little more. Usually that 100 is going over 100. There we go. That's a little dark. You lose all the textures in her chest, her hair, pigtails, and shit. Just take it back down to 100. Okay, so now you delete this. You take this. You edit it. And here's where this is what you have to do to get it to work. You do an outline. You do the darkest color and you put it at 0. And now it treats it like an image and you can drag it and put it in here. So we can't see the background for her too much because of how her piece is built. Because of what she looks like. Might be able to slide it, can't even slide it around really. So we're gonna do this in reverse again. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna delete this. Let me grab the image again. We're gonna background remove this time, and then we'll do the trace, and then we'll color. Now we'll do the trace. Sometimes it will want to put the background back in, but not always. Nope, no reason. Already done. Now see how I did that? If you hit undo, sometimes you can get it to work. There we go. There we are. Now we delete that. Now we do the stroke again. Outline, zeroed, drop. Now we can paint her in. So now we go here, grab our drawing tool, do a quick paint, do it in white, done, done, blow it up. And we're just gonna fucking put this to the back immediately so we can see. And we can see the other areas we have to paint. It looks like I need to cover the hair here. Her eye. We'll do one more good, solid version. And we'll shove it back and see if we have to edit it. Once we push it back, a lot of that white will get cut. So let me try shoving this in a touch. About like that. Positioned. Grab. Do this. Super easy. We'll shove this behind the circle, right? And then we'll do highlights for her and the blue again. They're gonna be so small, it doesn't fucking matter. This is just for the table. It's not a big deal. We'll do this blue. And then I'll actually do the rust because I want to do her forehead. I want to hit the wrong color. Kind of want to hit this. Right? Hit her cheek. Hit her lip. Hit this color here for her cheek again, because that's the other paint patch. And then she has a little bit on her nose, so we'll hit there. And then we're going to grab it, color it. We're going to see if we have one in here that's a better tonal quality for like a gradient. Nah, I think I like just the brown for this one. So let's go like this. Right? Pretty clean. Let's move this below the circle. Let's move this up above. Decide if we want to fix anything. I think I want to fix this white. I put too much. I think I want to cut it at that black line. Yeah. Blech. Let's just delete it. I need to be able to see her is the problem. No, I'm going to leave those and I'm going to draw. I'm going to change the color of these and then I will draw over so I can see. We'll just make this like a fucking easy to see color. We'll do yellow. Then I'll run over it in white and then that'll let us, let's get what we want. And then that'll be it. And then we'll call it a day. And this is for the game we're playing tonight. So this isn't going like in the book or anything, so it doesn't really matter as much. This is just so we have cool character tokens. But now I can see her a little better. This will be fucking way easier. Oops, didn't mean to let off. One stroke, man. We gotta do it in one stroke. I don't know if I want to do her hair there. I might. We'll see. Shrink this down. Hit it here. And then let's hit it here. Kind of just bop that there. There. All right, now let's try that instead. Edit. White. Group. Delete. Bring down. There we go. All done. Do you have a character name? I'll just put Seawolf for now. Download. Download. PNG, transparent background, current page, done. Download. Here we go. All right. Go over to Owlbear. Let's add her in. Pretty clean, right? Let's go to our scenes. Oh, we'll just drop them on here to see what they look like. Characters, Breachers. Characters, Breachers. So we can test them. There you go. Super clean for the night. All right. Well, that lets me have this. I'm going to build my scene out that we need for the night's fuck me, for tonight's play test. I'm excited to get these done. I think right now I'm on track to get this finished. I'll have to order some paper and stuff like that to get that in, but guys, I think we're home stretching it at this point. Like, we are near getting the Breachers thing up and done, man. I'm really happy with the current build for Breachers Volume 1. It looks good. We'll get to play. We're running our test run for some of the journey rules tonight that I've written. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go walk my dog here, everyone. She has not been out yet since I've been home. So I hope everyone has a good week. I'll be back on Saturday, more than likely on Saturday, to do some stuff for the book. I'll also have more information Thursday afternoon about the bindery and what I can do if I need to order A3 paper, A5 paper, what they're gonna be able to do there. I'm gonna do a test print here over the weekend. If nothing else, I'll order A4 because I can fit it in my machine and do some rough prints and test it, and then do some binding and go from there, everybody. So that's it for me, everyone. Oh, thanks for joining me for the live show for EFP. Bunch of news, bunch of things going on, and I will see you all on Saturday bright and early at 12:30.